let's first talk about, this is coming to digital. These are all coming to digital on Monday, May the 25th, so this coming Monday. And these are three films that I think are fairly high profile. They were all fairly buzzy. One of them was almost entirely ignored at the Oscars, which wounded me personally and relates to our wonderful experience in the screening rooms. But let's start by talking about The Lighthouse. Did you have the pleasure of The Lighthouse, Mademoiselle?
I didn't, actually, and I know this is another move for Robert Pattinson to kind of secure himself as a serious actor. I heard that this is nothing but bonkers. This is men in a lighthouse going completely insane. I mean, sounds right up your street.
What you gonna do? Will you kill me? Will you? Will you kill me like you done that girl? I did! Liar! You murdering dog! 'Twas ye what changed the wind on us. 'Twas ye what damned us, dog. 'Twas ye! Will you do what you wished you'd done to old Winslow? Will you best me then? For Winslow were right. Thomas, you're a dog. A filthy dog! A dog!
I will say, and as that clip will demonstrate, this film was a lot funnier before lockdown, okay? It was, honestly. Two men in a confined space slowly losing their marbles was funnier before I spent 2.5 to 3 months in a flat with my dear flatmate and today's birthday boy, Mr. Daniel Savory. By the way, shout out to our mutual friend, Mr. Rob Yeomans. It's his birthday today.
Oh, happy birthday.
Today. But The Lighthouse, by Robert Eggers. I mean, this is black and white, 4:3. I think it's even smaller than 4:3 ratio. It is rooted in the horror genre. It's rooted in Edgar Allan Poe. I think this started life as a Poe adaptation. Really bonkers, great performances from both Pattinson and Willem Dafoe. When does Willem Dafoe not deliver? You're a dog! A dog!
I love imagine him like an angry pirate. Like, he just does something like that really well. And also, you know, it's really nice to know that The Lighthouse has essentially become a documentary now. So it's just really
yeah, the Lighthouse, 12 Monkeys, Contagion and Outbreak. Who saw these things becoming sort of relevant sociological dramas?
Whoever created them are just fortune tellers, you know.
Exactly. But speaking of things that, you know, relate to, you know, climates of the world, and this is one that we had a really incredible screening of, you and I believe we shared this with Jon Snow from Channel 4 News.
We did.
And it was Queen and Slim, one of our last screenings together.
Yeah.
It's finally hitting digital. You were a big fan of this.
Oh gosh, I loved this because it's like your ultimate modern day Bonnie and Clyde story. It's beautifully acted by Jodie Comer-Smith, if I've pronounced her name that's right.
I believe that was right.
Yes, and also my main man on the big screen, Daniel Kaluuya. I absolutely adore the choices that he makes as an actor. He is just phenomenal. And this film is like a piece of art from start to finish. It's got an incredible story. It's got an amazing way of showing you how the social media can blow up a scenario and turn you into a hero of the people, but also an enemy of the state.
You're a black man that killed a cop and then took his gun.
I'm not a criminal.
You are now.
I just want to go home. And I want to see my family.
If you turn yourself in, you will never see them again. All we can do is go forward. There is nothing back there for us. Please. Let's just keep going.
Jodie Turner-Smith. I was thinking of Jodie Comer as well.
Yeah, I was thinking, that's definitely Killing Eve, isn't it?
It definitely is. But it's because that's on again at the minute. That's why you've made that mistake, because she's everywhere at the moment.
And she's also being touted as the new Furiosa.
That's it, yeah.
Yeah, so...
I heard this. That's insane.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. I think I was reading that news article yesterday, and it's just kind of subliminally sat there in my mind. But Jodie Turner-Smith, congratulations on your new baby. As she was doing the press tour for Queen and Slim, she was
I did not know that.
Sporting a beautiful baby bump. Yep, her and Joshua Jackson have welcomed a lovely little baby. So she
is she Joshua Jackson's lady?
His wife. Yes.
His what? you know what? He picks the
better
hottest
get up
women.
on your...
Joshua Jackson Joshua Jackson's game is tight, yo.
Yeah, I mean,
really is.
Look, all I can say is lucky lady.
Lucky boy.
Yeah, there we go. We agree on something. I love this film. You love this film. We ended up in tears at the end of this film.
Oh, we wept.
We did.
We wept.
You know what? But I think we probably wept a few months later as well, or a few weeks later, when we saw that it absolutely did nothing across awards season. It's a travesty.
Nothing. Well, like you said about the Bonnie and Clyde thing, I think it does the Bonnie and Clyde thing on the one hand, but it also does some really biting social commentary at the same time as regards the attitude to race in America and certain cultural attitudes and certain tolerances and ignorances and discriminations. And I think it's a really phenomenal film. Like I said, we watched this with Jon Snow, and that kind of made the film for us. I think he really loved that film.
He did, and he was not the person you'd expect to see going to watch this with a bunch of journos. I think there's probably 10 of us in the room, and he just comes in.
I've heard a 4-letter word come out of Jon Snow's mouth several times that I never expected to see.
But we can reaffirm he is like one of the nicest guys in telly. He is
he's lovely.
A delight that wears a gorgeous velveteen suit, shall we say.
That man is so cool. I got a bro hug from him afterwards. Yeah. That's how much we all bonded over this film. But let's talk then about another one. I thought this was really moving. This reduced me to rubble. This comes with a certain cultural barrier as regards how much you know Mr. Rogers, Fred Rogers and Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. And it's, of course, A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, starring Tom Hanks as Fred Rogers. It's the story of the journalist Lloyd Vogel writing the article in which it's an article on heroes in which he interviews and profiles Fred Rogers.
This piece will be for an issue about heroes. Do you consider yourself a hero?
I don't think of myself as a hero. No, not at all.
What about Mr. Rogers? Is he a hero?
I don't understand the question.
Well, there's you, Fred, and then there's the character you play, Mr. Rogers.
You said it was a play at the plate. Is that what happened to you?
I'm here to interview you, Mr. Rogers.
Well, that is what we're doing, isn't it?
Now, Hanks makes this, I think, definitely.
Yeah, 100%. And I think it's a beautiful performance. If that cultural barrier, I suppose, is absolutely right. I remember talking it through with you, Van, and kind of saying, I didn't really know who Mr. Rogers was, but you were like, oh my goodness, I remember him. So you enjoyed this almost 2 or 3 times more than I did. Not to say that I didn't enjoy it.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
Because of that connection. But what I found was that it was just really nice to be able to learn something new about an icon of children's TV, genuinely a very, very nice, well-loved man. And it's a lovely, gorgeous, gentle film. And again, a fantastic performance, not only from Tom Hanks, but also Matthew Rhys too.
Yes, Matthew Rhys, definitely. Also, I mean, just want to single out as well before we close, Marielle Heller, who wrote and directed this as well, gave us Diary of a Teenage Girl, which I'm a huge, huge fan of. And wonderful style to this film where they use claymation, they use small toy replicas of the cities for the cityscape
very
scenes.
retro.
Establishing shots. Very wonderful film. So you've got 3 very different, very interesting ones there. You've got The Lighthouse, which I don't think is going to be the most amusing film if you're enjoying a kind of similar lockdown
literally imitating life.
To me. Yeah. Queen and Slim, which I think everyone should watch.
100%.
It's a phenomenal
film.
And A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, which I think we were both very charmed by.